In this video, we'll use the floor tool to create our second floor and exterior decks. In my 3D view, you can see I have two floor elements here that we created during our site planning. I'd like to add a second floor element as well. So I'll go to the second floor plan view. From here, I'll go to the Architecture tab and choose the Floor tool. I'll ensure that my type is set to the generic 12-inch, the level is to second floor, and for height offset from level, I'd like that to be at 0. I'll use the Pick Wall tool, which just showed up in my Draw panel. If I select a wall, notice it selects a side of the core boundary. I'd like it to be to the outside, so I'll click the flip grips to move the pink line to the outside of my core boundary. I'll continue clicking around my building. I also need an opening here for the stairs. I'll continue using the Pick Wall tool from the Draw panel, but this time I'll select my interior walls. If I were to hit my green check mark right now, Revit would give me an error because I don't have a single closed loop to create my floor with. I'll need to do a few things. First, I'll trim up this corner and draw a line using the Draw Line tool from the panel. I then need to split an element and trim one more time. I can escape out of all of my tools and hit Tab to ensure that I have a single closed loop created. If that's the case, I'll hit my green check mark. When you create a floor, Revit might give you a variety of options. In this case, it's telling me that my floor overlaps my wall. Would I like to join that geometry together? I'll say yes to this. If I didn't get something quite right when I created my floor, I can hover over the outline and select it. In the ribbon, it'll give me the option to edit the boundary. I can then make corrections and then go to the Modify tab and hit the green check mark to accept my changes. I'll check my work in 3D, and you can see there's now a second floor element along with a first floor element. Next, I'll add my exterior decks. I can do that by going into the specific floor plan and using the Floor tool from the Architecture tab. I'll use a combination of Pick Wall and Draw tools. For the front deck, because it's an irregular shape, I find it useful to create 3 of my 4 sides first. I'll then select the lengths of lines and using temporary dimensions, ensure that they are the correct length. I can then add my final line. To create my second floor deck, I go to the second floor plan view. I'll check my work in 3D. I should see, in addition to my interior floors, 3 new exterior decks. In this video, we created more floors, this time using that Pick Wall tool. We went over the Edit Boundary option and created our exterior decks using more practice with the Draw panel and dimensions. I hope this helps.